Hello everyone, I am Memphis and this is Cities Skylines. If you look when you're picking your map or setting basically, you can see down here the suitable area for building. It gives you a percentage, and basically we're going to find whatever one has the lowest suitable area for building, and we're going to turn that bitch into a thriving metropolis. At least that's the goal. So 57 I think is the lowest so far. 56 city name. Well, we can't really use Memphis because that's kind of lame for the fact that it's my name and it's the name of a city already, and that's just cheesy. So we'll just name it Cheesy. Cheesy Town. There we go. Not left-handed traffic. We drive on the right side of the road in Cheesy Town. Alright, so for those of you who may have not seen Cities Skylines yet, which may be rare, but it is possible, it's, in my opinion, a lot better than SimCity. I know a lot of people like SimCity, and some people are going to hate me for saying it. I'm sorry. And I don't really know what I liked about SimCity, and I guess I really can't say a whole lot because I never played SimCity all too often, or all that much really. But whenever Cities Skylines came out, I fell in love. So, alright. Let's see what we got here. We don't need tips. So let's see, you start out, there's an interstate with some off-ramp. Well, we have a, if you look here, we have one-way streets, 3 lanes going in and 3 lanes going out. And one thing I do remember from when I played it before is that you actually have to place a section of road before you can get, before you unlock one-way roads. I don't know why, so we're gonna place this there. See, one-way road, or yeah, one-way roads unlocked. I don't know. Don't ask me. Let's see. So, one thing that kind of is unfortunate is that we got 3 lanes coming in, but we're gonna have to place a 2-lane road coming in. That's okay. We can fix that later. So basically, my idea for this is we're gonna have the road coming in. We don't want to go too far. So our one-way. Oh, actually, we're gonna do this curved tool. Our one-way's gonna come in, curve sort of this way. Whoa. And it's gonna curve back this way. And we're basically gonna make a full circle. I'm going somewhere with this. You'll see. You'll all see. Ooh, it's too sharp. Too spicy. Sure. Alright, so we have this big continuous loop, or this big loop here. Come in, go all the way around, and then back out. So the purpose of this is we're going to have a bunch of streets spidering off this now. We're going to have we're going to continue our one-way 2-lane road coming down this way into a long strip, which is where a lot of our commercials are going to be, and then we're going to build a bunch of twisty, windy 2-way roads off over here for our residential section, because for some reason twisty, windy residential sections are much more aesthetically pleasing than blocking this whole place up like New York City. So we're gonna switch to our 2-laners. Come this way. Curve it around. Oh, it's gonna get curvy. You guys just wait. Yeah, we'll go ahead and curve some more. That's too sharp. And this is gonna be really sharp too. That's okay. Now, one thing you will lose when it comes to curving roads is all these little grids you see around here that we zone for different, what's the word? Different accommodations, I guess. You can zone for residential, commercial, industrial, things like that. And basically whatever you zone, like say we zone this little area right here for residential, basically a bunch of houses and residential areas are going to start popping up there. We zone other areas for commercial, there's going to be a lot of commercial stores popping up. And if we were to block all this off, like just straight up make it just a whole grid, we would have all these blocks matching up. It would be a nice solid grid. All the zoning would be using the maximum amount of space possible, basically, is what I'm trying to say here. But that's no fun. We don't want to grid this place up. We want to make it nice and twisty, and we want to make it feel like a neighborhood, not like a math equation. See, we can make jokes like that here because this is Cheesy Town, so feel free. And I'm doing way too much of this for the very beginning, so we're gonna stop that. We're gonna come back here, make our big old 2-lane strip. We need to go back to the straight road tool. And we're gonna go this way. That should do just fine. And just remember, we're going to have to make this loop back around, so we need to stop. We need to go back to our curvy tool. Make this guy loop around. And we're going to go all the way back here. We're going to fly right back into the one-way. And the beauty of a one-way going into a one-way is we don't have to deal with any stoplights or anything like that. Anything that would come up from placing a 2-lane road intersecting or a 2-way road intersecting another 2-way road, and stoplights pop up and there's traffic and yada yada. This way people can roll right in. They need to go to commercial, they can pop right down here, do what they got to do, roll all the way around the loop and back out, easy peasy. So now that we have our basic little road set up, we're gonna start zoning. And I like the paint tool for zoning. The paint bucket just fills in all the blocks that are connected to each other, which again goes back to if we gridded it up. Gridded, I don't know if that's a word. If we gridded everything up, we could just probably click once or twice and have the entire residential area all set up and ready to go. But since we want it to be twisty and pretty, we have to do it individually with the paint bucket. They do have a paintbrush, which can be easy. Actually, this is a lot easier than I remember. So yeah, we're going to do this. Much faster. I guess faster is the word I was looking for, not easier. Loop it around here. Let's see, how many of you guys are OCD to where I could just leave that little square there? I think I'm gonna. Yep. I'm just kidding, I couldn't do that. I could not do that. That would bug the living hell out of me, and I would not be able to concentrate on anything else. So as you can see, all these little houses are starting to pop up. Let me get out of the zoning tool here. All these houses are starting to pop up. We're starting to get our beautiful neighborhood, and everybody's crying about power and water. And from what I hear, cities enjoy having electricity and running water. I could be wrong, that's just what I've heard. So we're gonna go with the rumors here, and we're gonna get us a water pumping station. Water's flowing that way, so I'll explain why that's important in a minute. I'm gonna throw one right there. I'm gonna run our pipes like so. The little blue area you see, as I'm sure you can assume, is basically the effective area of the water pipes we're adding. Anything covered in that light blue section is going to have water. You see, everybody's done bitching about water, now they're just bitching about power. We're going to go ahead and cover this, because if we don't, I will forget, and we'll be right back to where we started. And that's no fun. Okay, so now that water is be done, we have to create sewage. Now, the helpfulness of these little white triangles pointing in the direction of the river flow will help you know where to place your water pump and your sewage drain, I guess is the word. Basically, you don't want to have this upstream of your water pump, because then you're just going to be sucking up poop water, and once again, that's no fun. At least not in my experience. You guys might have had different experiences. If you have, please let me know. I would love to hear about it. Now, power. Now we have to make a very important decision. Sort of. We have to decide if we want to build a coal power plant and create heavy pollution and piss everybody off about us not being green, but getting 40 megawatts of power output, or throw up a couple of wind turbines, have everybody happy about us being green and clean, but only put out 0 to 8 megawatts depending on how heavy the wind is. Oh, we actually got a pretty wind dense area over here, so we could do that. And you know what? I think we will. Yeah, why not? We'll throw up some wind turbines. Alright, so we got our wind turbines up. Now we need to connect everything. See, that's got power. And just like the water, this little blue effective area, anything caught inside of it's going to have power. So, all we have to do is connect our power source, aura, to the aura around our little neighborhood, and everybody's about to get their power. This can become kind of a problem later, because if you zone an entire area like this and houses pop up sporadically, which in most cases they pop up in groups like this, but sometimes you'll have like a stray pop up over here, and then you'll have to run an entire power line to that one little spot just to make those people happy. And I'm a mayor, I'm not in the business of making people happy, so yeah, they'll see. Alright, so we're going to zone our commercial, because we have a big need for commercial and a big need for industrial, so we should probably go ahead and create our industrial area as well. But we're going to paint. This is where the beauty of the paint can gets to shine. Boom, boom, look at that. All that's commercial, just like that. I wish you could drag, but you can't. So, we're going to go paint, and we're going to paint us a pretty hefty section of this for commercial. Because we need business, because business means money. Time means money. We can't make time, so we're going to have to deal with this. And we'll just do that for commercial now. And real quick, we're going to pop over here. And the industrial we can go ahead and grid off, because, you know, why not? So, that we don't want to do. Here's what we're going to do. So we want anybody coming in for industrial to be able to loop around and pop out over here, take off into the industrial area, and that's still the curve tool. Take off into the industrial area, way out here, and then be able to complete the rectangle. What is that? Complete the rectangle back into the loop and take off on out of here. So, zoning for industrial. Get our bucket of paint. There, and there, and there, and there, and there. And why not? Industrial becomes a pretty normal need throughout, so we're just going to go ahead and zone all this, because, at least for right now, we can't really build anything around industrial, because it creates such heavy pollution that everybody who builds anything around it's just going to be all pissed that everything's polluted. So, and power. And water. I don't think so. Water available. Oh, yeah, see, that's another problem. The water pump needs power. You know, I've heard of that. Sometimes things like that need power to operate. I thought it was a myth, but I mean, I've been wrong before. So now we're going to have to stretch a whole power line all the way over here. And we're going to have to gap it here over. And just like that. And we can get rid of these ugly power lines, like I said before. Once all of this stuff gets filled in, you basically just have one little power, or not even need a power line since these turbines are here, and I just noticed that they're really close to residential. So these guys are going to get all pissed about the noise pollution, but they can pretty much just get over that, so, yeah. And we need two-way roads coming from the commercial to the residential, because since this is a one-way and there's no completed loop, actually, we might be able to complete this loop if we do it carefully. I don't think any stoplights or anything will pop up. That's ugly. I want it shaped like this. Come on! That space already occupied by what? The road? That might work. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. Alright, so people can complete the loop and come back this way if they come in here, come all the way around, and yeah, sure. Alright. But we'll still make some two-lane roads down here. It'll just be easier that way. And this can be more residential. And yeah, bulldoze that. Okay. So, actually we can make this more commercial too. We'll do half and half. We'll do residential right here. And that's single block. We're not going to do that. And let's see. Up here. Did I miss all this earlier? Or did that just come from making little things? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so we're going to split this off. Can we get it perfect? There. Now we can just overlap all we want. There we go. Look at the traffic just a-flowing. Listen to that street noise. That's the sound of a happy town. That's the sound of a cheesy town. Okay, let's see. Everybody... Oh, God. Oh, no, okay. Yeah, when new buildings pop up for a split second, they'll be complaining about water and power, but then it'll disappear once they realize that they have running water and power. Let's see, so far so good. Man, that's ugly. But it's okay, it'll look better once we fill in all these empty spaces with more roads and zones. We're gonna get a lot more business. We'll be able to redo our roads. Add overpasses, underpasses. We'll get trains and buses, all kinds of goodies. Yeah, one of the first things we'll probably end up fixing is this roundy round loop. Oh, and speed up time, make things kick over a little faster. But yeah, we can fix this loop after things get better established, I guess. We can have a raised overpass coming down the center with off-ramps going to industrial, residential, commercial, things like that, and everything will flow and everybody will be happy. And that's the goal, right? To make everybody happy. Let's see, what's our population at? 212. We're climbing. We are climbing. And I just realized that the infinite money cheat, or mod, stayed on from the last time I played this. That makes sense of how we were able to do all of this road work and everything. I didn't catch that. So I'll apologize for that now. A little bit late, but if you think of the series as a whole, I apologized early. So I'll make sure to correct that before I record the next video. Basically, the cheats, or the mods, as the game actually refers to them, there are no cheats, there's just mods that are offered by, if I'm not mistaken, the developers and the community. They have a whole community section for mods, and completely endorsed by the developers, because they want you to be able to add, you know, all your own sort of little things in here, your own buildings and streets and ideas and things like that. There's if your buildings get abandoned, I know there's a mod you can get to where it'll automatically demolish them, so you don't have to pick through your whole city and find the ones that are abandoned and manually demolish them. But the cheats or mods are global, which means that if you activate them on one of your saves, they are activated on all of your saves. And they stay that way until you deactivate them, so I'll make sure I deactivate them before the next video. But with that being said, I'm gonna leave this video here, or leave this series here, rather, and I'll pick it up right back here in the next one. So, hopefully you guys really like this. I really enjoy doing it, and I'm really looking forward to making more videos about pretty much anything video game related. So, hey, look at that, we're a little Hamlet. Little cheesy Hamlet. Little cheesy omelet. Interesting. So, we unlocked taxes and loans, which doesn't mean anything right now since we are infinitely rich, but we have loans, garbage, healthcare, education, you know, maybe things that could be considered necessary depending on, you know, your outlook, but yeah, that's even a better place to leave off. So we're going to leave this here, guys. I will pick it back up in the next video. If you have any suggestions for this video or for me or for anything, feel free to leave them in the comments. I am very open to constructive criticism and to suggestions, so I'll try to reply to every single comment I get, and we'll go from there. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.